It's hoped an increase in the cost of using parking meters in the city will stop motorists abusing the system. It will now cost you a minimum of $1 for car parking. But is that a bit much in a city that's trying desperately to get people back in? Here's Chelsea Daniels.
The council have caught on to the sneaky parkers taking advantage of the major difference in parking fines. They noticed people were putting as little as 10 cents in the meter, getting away with a $12 excess parking fine as opposed to a $40 fine for not buying a ticket at all. Now a minimum of $1 is required. Simply putting 10 cents
in the meter, it issues a ticket. That's really denying other legitimate users, particularly around the hospital, the right to be able to access those car parking spaces.
He says that the change is meant to make people more responsible about how they park in the city.
Well, the decision was made really in the best interests of the people that are coming into town to park for short periods. That's been the council's focus, is on prioritising short-term parking for customers and visitors to improve business vitality.
Paul says that the change follows a trend of other New Zealand cities who charge more than the $1 minimum that they're asking for.
It's quite common for other cities to have a minimum parking fee before the meter will issue a ticket. It's not unique to Christchurch.
Did this decision go out to public consultation?
No, this is just an operational decision. Again, we've got to be clear that we're not increasing the parking fee. This is merely looking at the minimum fee that the meter will take before it issues a ticket.
He says despite what people may think, the council only has the public's best interests at heart.
This is definitely not about gaining more revenue for the council. In fact, our KPIs aren't about revenue, they're about utilisation. So the more people we can get to utilise the car parks appropriately, the better we're performing in terms of our KPIs. So it's not based on revenue.
He also mentions other changes that benefit people parking in the city.
Some areas of the city we've taken out parking meters and it's now gone to all-day parking without paying any fee. Other parts of the city we've converted our parking meters so you can stay there all day for a fee. These types of things are all being done to try and encourage the vitality and try and encourage the recovery of the city.
So, what do you think of the increased minimum on parking fees in Christchurch?
I just think with the amount of time that a lot of people can spend in the city that I think overall it just becomes too expensive.
To be honest, I think it's actually a good idea. I think we need to get the cars out of the city so that we can make it more of a walking city like you see overseas.
Christchurch people don't like paying for parking, do they? And especially when you go to the suburbs and Riccarton and Eastgate and where it's free. I reckon they have to do something about parking.
Well, it's a lot less than I pay where I come from.
Me too. Whereabouts are you from?
The Gold Coast.
For 20 minutes, being from Auckland, I'd be happy to pay $1 for 20 minutes.
Chelsea Daniels, CTV News.